Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah. Call Haloyim Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Harakah Kwadash for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwat that's keeping the faith in the work. Y'all keep at it. This your brother Abai coming at you with more precepts. This is the book of Mark chapter 4 and verse 11. It says, "And he said unto them, Unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of power, but unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables." Right? So that's been a large portion of the problem of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai's people, not understanding the scriptures, right? Reading the scriptures as though it's a novel, and it's not. It's several mysteries in this Bible. And the only way to understand these mysteries, first and foremost, the Holy Spirit got to be dealing with you. That's first and foremost. So Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has to be dealing with you. Secondly, you must be taught. And you must be taught by individuals that are learned. Right? That's why we give double honors to the apostles and the elders. Right? Because the Most High chose them to carry that information and give it to us so that we can go teach. Right? So it's a blessing for us to know these mysteries, man. But like I said, the majority of the Most High's people, they just don't get it because the Spirit ain't dealing with them. You know what I'm saying? You can present all the precepts, all the proof, all the truths that you want. At the end of the day, if the Spirit ain't dealing with them, you doing that in vain. Well, no, let me not say you doing it in vain, because you're never speaking the word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in vain. But what you're doing is marking those individuals, right? Marking them for basically destruction, according to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and verse 4 through, I believe, 6. Right? So, let me see. Let me go to where I want to go. Let me go to the book of 1 Corinthians. First Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 9. It says, "But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which power hath prepared for them that love him. But power hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searcheth all things, the deep things of power. For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so, the things of power knoweth no man, but the Spirit of power." All right, so the Spirit, the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has to be dealing with you in order for you to get these mysteries, man. In order for you to be able to see beyond this world and see into the kingdom and see into the events, what's the word? The alarming events leading up to the kingdom. In order for you to be able to see that, it has to be a spirit inside of you that produces faith enough to be able to see that, to be able to be humble enough to receive that, right? Matter of fact, which brings me to my next point. Let me go to the book of Sirach. It's a lot. So the book of Sirach, which is Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha, chapter 3 and verse 19. It says, "Many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek." All right? Because if a person is in a high place and if a person is a renowned individual, 9 times out of 10, you can't tell them nothing unless you yourself are in a high place and or renowned, right? But the Most High said he don't deal with people in high places. He deal with the lowly. Matter of fact, he deals with the lowly to confound the people in the high places. So they could be like, well, who is this dude talking about Yasharala and the real, the real Israelites, and what school you went to. That's the first thing they ask. What school you went to? What degree do you have? Right, I got a master's and bachelor's and such and such and such and such. Right, so you coming from whatever neighborhood you coming from, going through whatever you've been through, trying to present knowledge to these individuals, they not trying to hear it. Right. But the Most High says he deals with the meek. Meek meaning humble. You have to be humble enough to even receive this word. You got to understand that you've been lied to your whole life. So of course you're not going to know this information. So when the information get presented to you, you should have the mindset of looking it up for yourself so that you can stand on that. Right? But the majority of the Most High's people don't operate that way. They prideful. And in their mind, they are in those high places and renown, right? I know we've all heard of ghetto rich, hood famous, right? That's the mindset of the majority of the Most High's people, right? Let me see. Salat one sec. Okay, so let me go to the book of the Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8 and verse 4. Said, matter of fact, verse 1. It says, wisdom reacheth from one end to another mightily, and sweetly does she order all things. Right? Wisdom is a she. Wisdom comes from the mouth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Right? Comes from the throne. Right? So, verse 4. For she is privy to the mysteries of the knowledge of power, and a lover of his works. That word privy, the definition of it is sharing in the knowledge of something secret or private. Right? So, the Most High spoke, right? Which is where the mysteries come from, and what he spoke was wisdom. So, wisdom is sharing in the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because wisdom is the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Right? So for us to access those mysteries, we have to operate in wisdom. Now, let's see how to operate in wisdom. Let's go to the book of Sirach, which is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 19, and I'm going to start at verse 19. It says, knowledge of the commandments of Yahweh is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. Right? It says the fear of Yahweh is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of his omnipotency. Right? Wisdom is performing the law. Wisdom is doing thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And when you do that, you will learn the mysteries of the kingdom, because the mysteries of the kingdom are in wisdom. Right? Mysteries such as the Gentiles, the church. Who is salvation for? The Most High's characteristics. Because Christianity will have you believe God loves everybody no matter what. God hates the sin but loves the sinner, and that ain't in script. So that's a mystery. If the whole world views one thing one way, but you dig into the scripts and you find out it's different, that means it's a mystery, man. That means the world can't understand it. They can't see it, but you can. Why? Because the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is dealing with you. You are humble enough to receive instruction and humble enough to receive his word. Right? You are operating in wisdom to the best of your ability. And the Most High will reveal secrets to you. Right? Like I said, secrets such as the Most High's characteristics, the Most High's will, mystery Babylon, right? Who is the whore? What is the beast? right? The mysteries of godliness, mysteries of faith, mysteries of iniquity, and ultimately the mysteries of the kingdom, right? Who the kingdom is for, what role will the heathens play around the kingdom and within the kingdom, right? All those are mysteries. That's why when we bring out certain scripts, when we bring out certain scriptures, people get confounded and they get hurt and they get mad because they can't understand it because it's a mystery to them, right? Let me see where I want to go. Let me go to the book of Colossians. Let me see. Colossians chapter 1 and let's see, verse 26. It says, even the mystery which hath been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. It's time. It's time for these mysteries to be revealed, right? And right now, we really working on the last few mysteries, like the mark of the beast, whoa, whoa, whoa. Those are mysteries because it don't outright say what the mark of the beast is. It don't outright say what whoa, whoa, whoa means, right? But if you dig into them scriptures and you operate precept upon precept, you get taught, right? You operate in the spirit of holiness to the best of your ability. You walking in wisdom. You meek. You humble enough. You will get the understanding because the people that came before you already got that understanding. So if you humble enough to listen, you then will get the understanding, right? It's so simple, man. But it's simple to those of us that are operating in the spirit of truth, spirit of holiness to the best of our ability. It's simple because of that fact. Because the Most High chose us to operate in the spirit of truth, spirit of sincerity, spirit of holiness, spirit of righteousness to the best of our ability. It ain't nothing about us. We didn't do anything. Yahweh Shemi Shai chose people. I mean, it is what it is. He chose people to hold that light because he know those people won't hold that light underneath the bushel, won't hold it underneath the bed. They're going to let that thing shine bright. They're going to tell as many people as they can because that's what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to be ashamed of the gospel, right? We're not supposed to be ashamed of Yahweh Shemi Shai, right? But I digress. Colossians chapter 1 verse 26 says, even the mystery which hath been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints, to whom power would make known what is the riches of the glory of this mystery among the Gentiles, which is Hamashiach in you, the hope of glory. That's a mystery in itself, right? But it really gave you the answer to who the Gentiles are right there. But once again, that ain't for everybody. That's why it's called a mystery, right? Let me go to the book of 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians chapter 4 from the top. Actually, 1. It says, let a man so account of us as of the ministers of Hamashiach and stewards of the mysteries of power. Now, I want to look up that word stewards right quick. Let me see. Let's do steward definition. It says a person who looks after the passenger on the ship, aircraft, or train and brings the meals. A person responsible for supplies of food to a college club or other institution. It says supervise arrangements or keep order, right? Manage or look after, right? So let a man so account of us as of the ministers of Hamashiach and managers of the mysteries of power, right? Supervisors of the arrangements of the mysteries of power, right? How else do we know that during World War III, that's when Hamashiach coming back. Because it's in scripts. Hamashiach ain't coming back until whoa happens. Because he's coming back in the midst of that. Right? How do we know all hell gonna break loose? Right? Because of a famine. Because it's written in scripts that way. It ain't written that all hell gonna break loose because of World War III. It's written all hell gonna break loose because of a famine. Right? But I digress again. Let me go to let's see where I want to go. Let me go to Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 3. And I'll read from the top. It says, for this cause I, Paul, the prisoner of Yahweh Mashiach, for you Gentiles, if ye have heard of the dispensation of the grace of power, which is given me to youward, how that by revelation he made known unto me the mystery, as I wrote afore in few words, whereby when ye read, ye may understand my knowledge in the mystery of Hamashiach. How you get it? When ye read. The majority of the Most High's people don't read, period, let alone talking about reading the scriptures, right? The Most High's people barely read magazines. They flipping through the pages looking at pictures. They're not reading what's written inside of the thing, right? So that's a blessing in itself. The Most High's people that operate in the spirit of holiness to the best of their ability, one trait that they hold is the need to read, the need to soak in knowledge, right? It says, let me see, verse 5, which in other ages was not made known unto the sons of men, as it is now revealed unto his holy apostles and prophets by the Spirit. So the stuff that we know now, right? The people that got the visions and got the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah pertaining to the end times, we know more than them, right? Because we living in those times, and the Most High is revealing things to us, right? He's blessing us to be able to understand Revelation, blessing us to be able to understand the book of Daniel, right? Blessing us to be able to understand the Psalms and the prophets. The prophets couldn't even understand what was being spoken. John spoke, Malak Dawadah, King David, spoke of arrows that melt, right? Speaks of nations shooting arrows. Those are ICBM missiles. But they didn't have no ICBM missiles back in those days, right? So let me read this again. It says in Ephesians 3:5, which in other ages was not made known unto the sons of men, as it is now revealed unto his holy apostles and prophets by the Spirit. Have to be in the Spirit, right? It says that the Gentiles should be fellow heirs and of the same body and partakers of his promise in Hamashiach by the gospel. Even on that statement right there, right? The average Christian would be like, see, it said the Gentiles, they taking part of it too. All you got to do is go to Romans 9 and they let you know who the promises are for. So in turn, it lets you know who the Gentiles are, right? The mysteries, bro. It says, whereof I was made a minister according to the gift of the grace of power given unto me by the effectual working of his power. It wasn't nothing in us. All of this came from Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah before the world began. Right? Verse 8 says, unto me who am less than the least of all saints is this grace given, that I should preach among the Gentiles the unsearchable riches of Hamashiach. Right? Not because we got all this fame and notoriety. No, because we the lowly, bro. That's why the Most High chose us. Right? Oh, that's another reason why, rather. Right? It says, and to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery, which from the beginning of the world hath been hid in power, who created all things by Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. Right? And those things that were hidden, you know what I'm saying, from the beginning of the world are not being revealed. All right. Let me go to let me go to the book of Revelation. And I'm gonna end with this. All right. Because ultimately the mysteries will be manifest. Right, they'll be beyond revealed. They'll be manifest, meaning they gonna be here. We're gonna see them. We're gonna be involved in full fledged. So let me go to Revelation chapter 10 and verse 7. Let me see. It says, "But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of power should be finished, as he hath declared to his servants the prophets." Eventually, it will all be finished and no more mystery. Everything will be known. Right? We'll have our new bodies, which is a mystery. We'll have our new minds, which is a mystery. Right? We'll have this new earth, which is a mystery. New heavens, which is a mystery. Right? We'll have all that, and all of us will have that understanding. It won't be no more in the dark. Everybody be in the light, which is a mystery. Right? When you go to Revelation, I believe that's 22. No more night. I could be wrong. It might be. It's either Revelation 21 or Revelation 22. It says there'll be no more night, but we'll be in light always because we'll be around Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's a mystery, bro. A lot of folk think, well, that must mean that the sun won't go down no more, and it's just gonna always be daytime. Nah, it don't mean that. That mean we'll never fall off. We ain't going back to this state of being no more. Right? We're gonna be around amongst Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai forever and ever, even forever, man. Right? But at the end of the day, if you receive this, you meek, you humble enough, and you know, man, you getting this word and you not stopping, you not listening to what this world got to say, man, count yourself blessed because you are. You've received the mysteries of the scripts, and you will reap the benefit of that. Right? Yahweh Shema Shai Ratazah, I'm in that number and you are too. All right, so with that, man, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Ratazah, these precepts in this video were edifying. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Harakakodash Shalom Yashala.